Welcome to another Black Myth Wukong boss tutorial video, and in today's video we're gonna take down our best friend Zhu Bajie. It's a two-part fight, so let's jump right in. The first phase of this fight with Zhu Bajie takes place in a tiny little courtyard, but luckily there's barely enough room to run around and charge a heavy attack before we smack him with it. Once you do hit him with a heavy attack, chances are he's gonna fall down, so make sure you're ready to follow it up with a full light attack combo before he can recover. The main issue I had with this place is there just wasn't a lot of room to run around, so another option is when you knock him down to the ground, that's when you could start sprinting around the room and charging up a heavy attack. I was able to charge up 3 focus points before he could get up and then unleash it on him to just knock him right back down to the ground. Now we'll just start charging another heavy attack, but this time we only need 2 focus points. And that, my friends, is how we take down Zhu Bajie in the first part of the fight. Now let's go over the build and how we're putting in so much damage. It mainly has to do with Spellbinder, a spell that converts all of your mana into your attack power and then no longer lets you cast any kind of spells. To help increase our mana before it's converted over to attack power, we're going to equip the Gorai Taoist, because just having him equipped moderately increases your maximum mana. After you use Spellbinder though, I would switch your spirit back to something more useful now, like the red-haired Yaksha that'll increase all your heavy attack damage. You can also increase your mana by using your curios like the Thunderflame Seals. I had 3 of these in, which gave me an extra 90 points towards my mana. Once you've used the Spellbinder spell in combat, you're free to change your curios to other things that can increase your attack damage or critical hit chance, or increase your critical hit damage, but there's no reason to keep those Thunderflame Seals equipped after you use the Spellbinder ability. To further increase damage, we're going to wear the Pilgrim set, all 4 pieces. Remember how I was sprinting around the arena before I would attack? That's because when you do that with the Pilgrim set, you can increase your damage up to 10 times. As far as your spell trees go, you're only going to fully upgrade Spellbinder. You don't need any other spells, and you can use all those other sparks towards your foundation tree. And for our staff stance, we're using Smash Stance. You're going to want to fully upgrade this row on the left here, and fully upgrade these ones over here to increase how much damage you do, how little stamina it costs, and how quickly you can charge an attack. In the foundation skill tree, definitely make sure you fully upgrade your maximum mana so that our Spellbinder will do more damage. Then make sure you fully increase your attack damage, your critical hit chance, and your critical hit damage. But don't forget, over in the stamina tree, we're going to put 2 points here to make sprinting around the arena cost less stamina. If you like this build and want to see it more in depth, I've got a full video over on my YouTube channel to check out. I'll put a link in the description below. To further increase the mana for Spellbinder and do more damage, once you get to chapter 4, Zoodog's store will sell you this formula, which lets you make little pills that increase your maximum mana, making your damage even more. And to make them, you just need licorice and withered silkworm, which you can buy at the store in chapter 4. Now let's get into the second half, or the real part of this fight, which is probably why you're here watching this video. When the fight starts, he's going to be flying around in the air. We want to start charging a heavy attack, but then sprint past him to avoid his first attack. Then you can immediately unleash your attack, which will knock him to the ground, so make sure you're ready to follow it up with a light attack combo. Zhu Bajie is a tough and aggressive fighter. You can't always just easily run around the room and charge a heavy attack. You're gonna need to dodge and get in your attacks whenever you can. Opportunities don't come often, but here's one here. Look for him to slam his rake down like this. Afterwards, he takes a ton of time to recover, and you should be able to get in a ton of hits. If you've been keeping on him, this should send him to phase 2. This part of the fight always starts with him making little pools of mud explode, so I would start running around the arena to dodge them. But you'll notice I'm not charging a heavy attack. Now's not the time to do that. We want to wait till the pig falls on his side. This is the moment we're looking for here, where he slides onto his back. It takes him a ton of time to get up, and you can put in a ton of damage. Now, I got hit when he fell on his side. Imagine if I would have dodged that. I could have put in even more damage. And as long as he's in this pig form dancing with you, you should fight him. He's not as tough as he was earlier. But when he goes back into the mud form, we're not going to be able to do much. So this is the time to put in all your damage while he's still in the pig form. Once he decides to transform into these rhinos, he's almost done with the mud portion and is about to go back into his pig form. But I wanted to mention that when you dodge the first rhino here, make sure you dodge again afterwards, because there's also rhinos behind him and you don't want to get hit. Now's your chance. He's back in the pig form. You need to finish him right here. You don't want to go through a whole nother cycle of all the mud fighting. So put everything you can into this moment, and hopefully you'll defeat the pig boss too. This was not an easy boss fight, and this was not my first run against the boss, so take this with a grain of salt. I hope this build works for you, but if you have other tips and strategies for this fight, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.